This is a TalkStation original podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Paper Boys podcast. I'm JJ Smith.
And I'm Zach Nally.
We are going to be talking some high school football
Playoff time, baby.
playoffs today. So let's get right into it. All three county teams made the playoffs,
Well,
which used to be an accomplishment. But
different kind of playoffs.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that and talk about that later on.
No, there's no, great seasons by all.
Yeah, that's no shade on the county.
We were literally just talking about how exciting and fun this season has been. So, just a joke.
Yeah, no shade on the
all
county.
Accomplishments are...
That's the shade on the brackets.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And those who have devised these brackets. Of the three county teams that have made the playoffs, only one is playing in the first round.
Yeah, kind of a weird deal, right?
Lots of buys.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that, talk about that later too. So we'll start with West Carteret, who is the only county team playing Friday. They're in the 5A postseason, in which there are 16 buys and 16 games. Like we said, there's a lot of buys. West Carteret is the number 11 seed. They are 6-4. They are playing the number 22 seed, CB Aycock, which is 3-7.
It's a good matchup.
CB Aycock of Pikeville, which I'm wondering if they say Pikeville the way they say Whiteville. Is it Pikeville?
Pikeville.
Pikeville. If you look at the Max
Please
Preps,
let us know if you do know the answer to that.
If you look at the Max Preps rankings and Brian Simmons, former guest of the Paper Boys podcast.
Simmons ratings, what's up?
West Carteret is 24 in Max Preps. Aycock is 41. West Carteret is 30th in the Simmons. Aycock is 44th. Ironically enough, the strength of schedule with Simmons, Aycock is 18 and West is 19. So
interesting.
Very similar strength of schedule.
Which kind of is strange to me that the separation is so little considering 6-4 versus 3-7.
Right.
Normally it'd be a lot larger of a gap there.
Both teams play in really tough conferences. We all know about West Carteret with Northside and Croatan and Havelock in the year they had. CB Aycock is in the Big East, 5A, 6A, that has Northern Nash is a 6A team. They are 7th in the 6A division via Max Preps. Hunt is 6th. Rocky Mount is 14th. Southern Nash is 17th. And the records of those teams, Northern Nash is 9-1. Hunt is 8-2. Rocky Mount is 7-3. So Southern Nash is 6-4. So it's kind of wonder.
Oh God, is this the Dixon of their conference?
Oh my gosh!
Where you are a lot better than that record suggests.
Wait until you see them in real person, right?
No.
Yeah. CB Aycock, like West, has struggled defensively this year. They gave up 32 points a game. West gave up 36 points a game. The difference being West scored 33 points a game, and CB Aycock only scored 22 points a game.
Yeah.
So
327 versus 218 total. That's a big gap.
Yeah, West could put up points as easily as they gave them up. CB Aycock could not.
But you got to score them, yeah.
There's no common opponents, unfortunately. So looking at the records, looking at the conferences they play in, looking at the kind of points they gave up and they scored, do you think that it's just a given that West is going to win that?
I know, it's so strange because normally if you're hosting a home playoff game in the first round, you're pretty favored.
Especially 11 versus 22 seeding.
But because this is a different world right now with the way the playoffs are set up.
Right.
Gosh, I don't imagine that there's going to be
a lot of separation.
No.
Yeah, it might be a tight ball game.
Maybe all of them will be. Maybe that's a plus to this new system.
If I had to put a number, we're not going to do predictions, but I don't know. If I had to do a number, I'd say, put it this way, I'd say the scoring is probably both teams in the 30s maybe.
Yeah. Put that spread around, 4 or 5 points.
There you go,
like that.
A competitive game. And we mentioned West is in a tough conference. Northside's 8-2. They're 10th in 5A. Croatan's 9-1. They're 9th 5A, which you've got a issue there with Northside and Croatan. We'll get that later.
I don't get that at all.
Havelock is 16th.
Sure.
So yeah, both of them are tough conferences. So we'll see. I would imagine the CB Aycock team we will see on Friday night will not be representative of a 3-7 team.
Probably not.
So the winner will go on to play St. Paul's, which is the number 6 seed. They are 9-1. Now there is a common opponent if West Carteret was able to get past CB Aycock. Both St. Paul's and West Carteret have played North Brunswick, and both very similar scores. St. Paul's beat them 35-33. West won 36-35. So
you're telling me that there's a chance of.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
That's a third round.
Yeah.
Berth.
Right. No, that'd be second round because.
No, but if they beat St. Paul's, that's
right.
that
would be the first time ever, right?
Well,
West
different,
Still.
But yeah, absolutely.
St. Paul's is 12th in 5A. Simmons has them 15th. They have scored 32 points a game, but they've only given up 14 points a game. I jotted down some individuals for them. I looked at the ACOC max preps. Nothing, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, defense, nothing really jumped out. So I didn't really, write stuff down. But St. Paul's has got a running back, Joshua with a Y instead of Joshua. And West Carteret has a Joshua. So it's
Yeshua.
the two. It's Yeshua versus Joshua.
Here we go.
There you go. Yeshua McBride,
that's a last name.
who ran for 1,400 yards, 20 touchdowns. Then they have a defensive player named Dezion. Is that what you think? Is that how you spell that? You say that, you think? Dezion Roberts. He is 6'2", 230. He's had 37 tackles for loss.
Jeez.
14 sacks, and the team as a whole has 127 tackles for loss and 30
Reminds
sacks.
me of that kid from Havelock where he's just a wrecking machine back there.
So if you do get to the second round and play St. Paul's, they're going to bring the defense.
Bold of you to go ahead and look at the matchup between St. Paul's and West.
Somebody's got to go ahead.
Do you feel like it's going to be a given?
I'll say, like you said, they're playing at home. They're the higher seed. I think West is probably the favorite versus ACOC.
Well, and okay, so as someone that's only seen West once this year, unfortunately, points putting up, not a problem.
No.
Keeping points off the scoreboard, a big problem.
The team I root for in the NFL is the Dallas Cowboys.
Sure, you
and
get
I've
it.
mentioned a couple of times on the sideline this year that I feel like I'm watching my pro team.
Sure.
Yeah, where they can score 35, but they can give up 35.
Right.
Yeah, I think West defense has been playing better. They've gotten some guys back.
But what I'm saying is, you're playing a team that has struggled to put up points this season. That's a good thing for you, for West Carteret.
Sure.
I would rather face a team like that than a team like, say, Dixon, who's scored a lot of points and given up a lot of points.
Same thing, yeah. I don't know. I think we'll see West play St. Paul's in the second round, and then that would be a tough ask.
Well, let me ask you that.
Also, that's a what is that, around Fayetteville? That's it's going to be a little bit of a hole. Not too bad.
How many times have you seen West Carteret this year? 4, 3?
Oh yeah, a lot. 4 or 5 times.
Okay. Do you just the eye test alone?
I mean,
they're in the playoffs. They're hosting the first round.
They
have a real chance to win the second round. Does that match up?
To me, is which team shows up. I saw them look horrible versus Havelock. Now, granted, you're playing a really good team. They looked horrible versus Swansboro, and they kind of looked horrible versus Croatan. But North Brunswick and Dixon, and I think those are the 5 times I've covered them, I guess. Man, they were phenomenal, at least on offense. I mean, it was just it didn't look like you could stop them.
Interesting.
Between Tanner Payne, Josh Bowman, Jay Murray, Dallas Riggin, it was just like, we're going to score on every drive. We're going to score a touchdown. So good luck. So it depends on which of those teams.
I feel like a team like West is a great way to measure the effectiveness of this new playoff system. Here's somebody that finished, third in the conference?
Third
4th?
behind Croatan.
Third,
fourth, actually.
Yeah, 4th behind Northside.
I mean, they're really second, but it's behind 3 teams.
But, a team that finished 4th in their conference and has the potential to, upend somebody.
Absolutely. If that offense plays the way that offense can play any given Friday night, I think they can beat, I wouldn't say anybody in the state, but I'd say 80% of the teams.
A lot of the teams they'll face in that first 3 or 4 rounds.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. All right, and we'll stay in the 5A division, where Croatan will have a bye after earning the number 4 seed. They are 9-1. So they will wait, see who they'll play in the second round between number 13 South Brunswick, which is 7-3, and number 20 Seaforth, which is 5-5. By the way, we are playing Seaforth a lot in this new alignment. West played them in volleyball and lost.
I don't know. That feels like Northwoods was always one
that
Northwood. West was playing.
Yeah.
So it definitely feels like, or like East Carteret with Clinton. Was it Clinton? No. Princeton.
Oh, yeah. That was
where
the time
you end
when they
up
were
kind of
Princeton.
facing the same programs over and over again.
You develop like a relationship with these people.
Sure.
Seaforth is 5-5. If you look at max preps and just put all teams in the mix there, Croatan 9th. Wow, when's the last time we had a county team that was top 10 in their division? Probably the Caleb King
or a
East
first
Carteret.
round bye.
Caleb King the East Carteret years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Simmons has them.
This is the best football team since that.
Yeah. That
Carteret
was
2015,
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Simmons has them 10. South Brunswick is 33rd in max preps, 43rd in Simmons. That's a big difference. Seaforth is 51st in max preps. Simmons has them 47. So If you're looking at Seaforth versus South Brunswick, you're looking at 33 versus 51. Max Preps, you're looking at 43 versus 47. Simmons, very similar. I guess South Brunswick being the 13th seed and being 7-3 versus the 5-5 team is the favorite. Statistically speaking, South Brunswick has a good offense. Jaden Daniels, not the one that just dislocated his elbow.
Oh, same opponent, same quarter.
Oh,
tough.
Has thrown for 1,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. The running back, Amarius Revels, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. And then Edward Young, who has the most.
37 receptions for 800 yards.
Yeah, that's a good yards per catch average, right? And 12 touchdowns. Seaforth has a really good offense. They've scored 33 points a game. And it's basically, if you look at their max preps, the quarterback is just like a lot of it. He's thrown for 2,025 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. Then he's run for another 500.
So he's the guy.
And 6 touchdowns. Yeah, he is the guy.
It runs through him.
There's only one common opponent with South Brunswick. There's 0 common opponents with Seaforth, which is funny considering that West just played Northwood. You would think Northwood and Seaforth would have played each other.
Yeah.
But the common opponent with South Brunswick is Richlands. South Brunswick beat them 28-7. Croatan beat them 38-7.
Okay.
Pretty similar. So I think whoever wins that, Croatan should take care of business versus
I would imagine
either one of those.
If Crotan's not playing around Thanksgiving Day, I'll be shocked.
They're going to get a week off. They're going to get healthy.
Yeah.
Going to have time to look at game film of both teams. So you've got a 2-week head start. So let's pencil Croatan in and say they are going to the third round.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So third round, it would be the first time ever for Croatan High School in the third round. And in the third round, they will play the winner of number 5 Currituck, which is 8-2, and number 12 Havelock, which is 5-5.
Bring on the Rams.
Max Prep speaking, Havelock is 16, Currituck is 20. If you want to go by Simmons, it's a little closer. Simmons is 19 for Havelock, 21 for Currituck.
But the strength of schedule has got a pretty big gap.
Yeah, there's 50. How many teams are there in 5A? 58? Is that what I've got? Yeah, 58.
And they're 49.
And Currituck's strength of schedule is 49.
Jeez.
Whereas Havelock,
5.
number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah, 9th. They have played.
Well, I mean, they're going to play the teams they play year in and year out.
Look at who they played. I've got. I mean, come on.
West Craven, New Bern, Tarboro, J.H. Rose, Croatan. Oh,
I mean,
are the Cougars part of this conversation?
They are this year.
That's crazy to me.
So of those 5 teams, 3 of them are in the top 10 in their division.
They're a combined 38-12.
Yeah,
3 of them have 9 wins or more.
that's why Havelock is 5-5. Right. I would be shocked if Currituck beats Havelock.
I got to imagine it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Third round rematch.
And you covered that game.
Havelock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say bring on the Rams.
Croatan.
Yeah. I think the way the teams are built is a mismatch for the Rams.
Everything's about mismatches. Everything's about matchups, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot this year.
Yeah.
With Dixon, with Richlands.
Right.
You know, Dixon gave Northside, Havelock, Croatan, and West everything they could handle, and then played the team behind them in the standings, which was going to be, you thought was going to be behind them, and Richlands beat them.
Yeah.
So it's just matchups.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
I think if they were to face them in the third round, I would feel pretty confident for Croatan. And if you go to the fourth round, that's Thanksgiving Day weekend, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll say this, and this has really stood out to me this year. Speaking to coaches off the record about.
So is that the regional semifinal in the fourth round?
Is it
6 rounds, isn't it?
6 rounds? Yeah, you're right. Regional semis.
Holy cow!
Wow. Yeah. And you always want to be playing Thanksgiving week. They say
that's usually you're like a game away from the state title. Now you're, 3 weeks away.
One of the things that has stood out to me talking to coaches off the record about the makeup of the county, how the county's been playing this year, the conference, even regionally speaking. Daniel Barrow has mentioned on a number of occasions, West Carteret football coach, that when you play a team like Havelock and they're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores this year, the team that you play in week 4,
That's true.
5 is very much different.
Well,
from
and
the
I
week
thought
you play
about
in
that
9 and
too
10.
earlier when you brought up the common opponents between West Carteret and I forget who. They had both played North Brunswick.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, well, what time? What point in the schedule?
It was hot.
So I know West plays North Brunswick. What week 2, week 3, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Kids are dealing with cramps.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, you're right. And Barrow has told me like a couple of times, like you just don't know how much these kids grow.
It's true.
When they're freshmen and sophomores, like every week is exponential.
And they don't mean like you don't mean growing like within the game. They mean like physically growing.
And maturing and just you're getting used to varsity football.
I have a 6th grader at home, and he's not playing football.
Right.
But it was cold, and then it got hot again, and the shorts and T-shirt that he wore at the very beginning of the school year no longer fits 2 months later.
Literally just a couple months ago.
Does not fit at all.
You name it.
Kids
physically, mentally, emotionally,
kids be growing.
So and when did they play? Havelock and Croatan. That's been couple weeks
week
now,
4,
right?
week 5,
so
something
it's going
like
to be
that.
a month.
I don't know. I feel like if anything, Croatan has more confidence. There was some, maybe unsuredness that night before the game. It's still the H, the white H on the black
Croatan
jersey.
hadn't really played anybody up to that point.
Sure, that was the first major test.
Yeah.
I got to imagine Croatan rolls into that game feeling good.
Being they've got the W
absolutely
in the matchup.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow, a playoff game, second round playoff versus Havelock.
Third round.
Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you another interesting point about this new system too. We were looking over this preview this morning with Town of Newport's current playing director Cole Barrow, former
shout out to Newport Touting Planner. Wow.
Former D.H. Connolly defender, and one of the things that
no relation to Daniel Barrow.
Relation to Daniel Barrow, as he'll be the first to say. His dad Dean Barrow did well, no, because people always ask,
right.
Are you related to Daniel Barrow?
He has to answer that question a lot.
No. My dad Dean did grow up here, and this kind of thing. So, but he was surprised at seeing like number 24 seed, number 22 seed.
Oh, sure.
And I said, I forgot that when he was in school 10 years ago, it was the 1A, the 1AA, the 2A, the 2AA.
Yeah, we had eight quality.
And I'm assuming it was 16 on each side.
Yeah.
I said, well, we went back to a full 32 on each side.
With buys galore.
Sure. Well, now that we are an 8, it's not 16. It's
32. It's 48.
Yeah. So what, 24 on each side?
Basically, everybody makes the playoffs.
Well, apparently. But I just didn't realize that it would be that big of a change from when there was 8 classifications 10 years ago to 8 classifications now.
Sub-classifications, as we called it back then.
Right.
I'm going to say that's what happens. That Croatan beats South Brunswick or
gets to the third round.
Gets to the third round, and it's Havelock. It's going to be Havelock. It's not going to be Carteret.
You care to?
I mean, I don't know anything. I'm saying this blind. I don't know anything about Carteret. I have no knowledge of Carteret. I've not seen them on film or in person.
I mean, 49 out of 58.
But I know Havelock.
Strength of schedule tells the tale.
I'm born and raised in Carteret County. I know Havelock.
You do?
Yeah. I've seen them.
You don't care to offer a prediction of any
for
kind?
that game? The Croatan Havelock game?
How do you feel?
I think that would come down.
Is that a 2-point spread?
I think that would be like
spread?
the first time. I think it would come down to the wire. You think Croatan would be more? Let me. Brett Wooten is listening to this. Alan Wooten are listening. Caleb King is listening to this right now. And they're putting this. They're going to type this out and put it on in the locker room.
No,
Zach Nally with a line at the end.
I mean, it was a 14-7 game. But it was.
You felt Croatan could have won it.
I thought they could have run away with it. It was just that that defense shut down that running back.
Bulletin board material you're providing right now.
That's fine. That's okay.
For them Rams.
I don't. I'm an objective observer.
I'm gonna make you cover that game so you can deal with the Wootens and the King.
No, I think the thing is that it's cyclical, and this is Croatan's year.
But they're going to do it.
Very similar to when West beat Havelock. Havelock, next year, beyond, have fun decimating Croatan, decimating West Carteret.
Payback is
we know it's coming.
Payback is going to be.
But for this year,
sure.
Take the L.
Well, let's move on to 2A, where it gets even more ridiculous. There are 11 games in the first round. There are 21 buys.
That's ridiculous to me.
Do you want to know how ridiculous it is? East Carteret is the number 10 seed at 5-5. Do you know who they're playing in the second round?
I do not.
We do know because that team has a bye as well.
Tell me.
2 buys going to meet each other?
So
they're already penciled in on the bracket in the second round. Come on, y'all. What are we doing? They'll be playing Gates County, which is 5-5. Both of them, ironically enough, 5-5 records and both 4-1 in conference. So that tells you they got decimated during the non-conference schedule and then really racked up the W's during the conference sked. But I
mean, the difference is that East's conference has
not great
a kingpin.
Well, yeah.
And Gates County.
Well, East Conference, the Coastal Plains is top heavy, whereas Gates County, it's the 1A, 2A. No, it's just 2A. My bad. Albemarle looks more parity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Albemarle has Holmes, which is 11th.
6-4.
Yeah, 6-4. Gates is 6-5. Manio is 6-3. Perquimans is 5-5. I mean, there's a lot of 500 teams, whereas the Coastal Plains has Northside at 10-0, East at 5-5. Southside is 4-6, but everybody took care of them pretty good. And then Pamlico's 2-8, Lejeune's 1-9, and Jones is 0-10. So you were able to rack up some W's in the Coastal Plains. If you want to look at max preps, East is 25, Gates is 18th. If you want to look at Simmons, East is 24th, Gates is 16th. Strength of schedule, Gates has played 16th toughest in 2A, which has 45 teams. East is at 31. So that's what their records might not be what they really are, right? They're not all records are created equal. They do have one common opponent, that being Northside Pinetown. East lost 44-33. Gates lost 32-12.
So East loses by 11. Gates loses by 20.
Yeah, interesting. Gates County has no stats.
Well,
on max preps.
Thanks a lot.
In coaches. The year of our Lord,
2025.
Dude, come on.
You got to. There's a kid who's willing to stand on the sideline with a tablet and make it happen.
Come on, y'all. I think that's going to be a super close game. That is a heck of a drive for East Carteret. Gates County is.
It's like Greensboro, isn't it?
No,
where's that?
It's
up
it's like going to First Flight.
Oh, okay. Albemarle.
You can get to Raleigh in the time you can get to Gates County.
That's right.
Yeah, so that is going to be they're going to be on that bus for a very long time.
Well, they might, even if they win that, they might end up having 2 long drives.
Second round, there you go.
If they got to go to Warren County, which is likely going to be the opponent that faces one of those 2 teams.
In the third round.
Right. That's all the way out in, Henderson, Wake Forest. The very top, west of Roanoke Rapids.
So if East wins, they're going to have back-to-back, 3+ hour drives.
Whew.
Yeah. Warren County is 9th in max preps. Yikes. 9th in Simmons. They're a running team. They only threw for 434 yards this year. They ran for 2,500.
That is not a good matchup. My goodness.
And a really good defensive team. Warren has only given up 11 points a game this year. As a team, they have 138 tackles for loss. They have 24 sacks, 8 interceptions, 25 fumble recoveries. Whether it's East Carteret or Gates County, the run probably comes to an end versus Warren County in the third round.
Let me ask you this. Next year when you're writing your previews and you say East Carteret made it to the third round, will you include the caveat or will you just...
That they only won one playoff game to get to the third round?
And I'm curious because you're going to have to, this, part of what... Oh, I almost said part of what we do here.
Aww.
Part of what happens here at the newspaper is we put history on paper. And
That's right.
We're scribes and all that
Somebody
jazz.
50 years from now is going to look this
up.
up.
Absolutely. So will you, how will you approach all of that next? Not just for football, but for basketball.
I think you have to provide the context.
Yeah, for every single preview, at least for a year.
I mean, when you write up that story, East Carteret versus Gates, you're going to say they both got there. That was their first playoff game, really.
Advanced to the third round after beating so-and-so in the second round and a bye in the first.
That's right.
That's fair.
You're going to write up a little.
That's fair.
Yeah. Here's their travels.
Sure.
But if East could get to the third round, if which Croatan should get to the third round, and West would be much, much more difficult to have to beat a St. Paul's team that looks really good. But, again, we mentioned
that North Brunswick common opponent.
West is capable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But, dude, if we had all 3 teams in the third round, and I think I said that in my preview, in my column where I made predictions and stuff, I might have said I thought all 3 teams would make the third round.
Wow, okay.
Did I say that?
Let's go back and find out. If you know, let us know.
Was I drunk? Well, third round. Wow.
Drunk with optimism.
Drunk on the liquor of optimism.
Drunk like all Carolina Panthers fans right now.
Okay, so
the Packers.
Look, if anybody gets to the third round, we'll do another podcast previewing the third round because that would be something.
I have another question for you. I didn't get a chance to talk about my Croatan versus Northside.
Oh, your rant
ranking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't understand how a team can beat Havelock 14-7 and then lose to Northside. What, 2 points? Let's see. So yeah, 2 points. Northside gets so they beat Croatan and then they get beat by Havelock.
They have a common opponent. Croatan beat Havelock. Havelock beat Northside.
And Havelock beat 19-7.
But so Northside beat Croatan.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. Now that you're pointing that out, I just feel like.
But record-wise, there's a big difference, right?
There, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my
question.
I
say a big difference. It's not. Northside is. What are they? 8-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one game.
Sure.
Right.
So here's
the
question.
schedule has played a part. I would
Absolutely.
imagine. Yeah.
Here's the question.
Croatan's non-conference was not sturdy.
I don't even know if you can call it. No, it was awful.
Yeah, they did.
The point was to give them confidence,
right? Which they got.
They got
in
it.
Spades.
And then they played Havelock and beat them, and almost beat Northside, and then the ball kept rolling.
I mean, they're 5 plays away from being undefeated.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, 10-0.
All right. How far does Croatan have to go into the state playoffs for me to be justified in choosing Cannon McBride as the more exciting story for this year?
George Benson is listening.
George,
to
we're
this
talking
right
to you here.
Croatan
the Croatan lacrosse winning the state
champion lacrosse.
And here's
coach.
why: because the Croatan lacrosse
give the
was
context.
the next. Okay,
give
so
the
at the beginning of the year, we did a podcast where we explored what we thought the most exciting stories would be for the year 2025.
Right.
My number one was waiting to see I spoke to people even in July who were like, Cannon McBride's not playing quarterback. And I'm like, I promise you with every dollar that I have, he is playing quarterback. It has been the plan. I chose that as my number one.
Right.
And I chose Croatan potentially winning a boys lacrosse state title as like number 3.
Okay.
And you had it as number 1.
Right.
We got some ish from Benson, George Benson, head coach.
And the rest of the staff.
And the players.
Who even gave you a shout out right after the state championship.
They did, because they did win a state title.
Yeah.
And it was very exciting.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's such an exciting game.
But this was a team that was kind of
destined.
Yeah, in the driver's seat to take that next step versus could you have imagined at the beginning of the year
of what we were
that
getting.
Croatan would be in this position?
Oh my gosh.
So,
I knew they were going to be good, but not this
the potential was exciting.
Right.
And even in the same breath, I made Cannon McBride the focal point of that. Andrew Boucher has been
come on.
I don't know. One of the most exciting, unexpected surprises.
I get texts from other sides of the county.
Yeah.
After a Croatan game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
shout out Keith Bernauer.
This kid was like 110 pounds as a freshman. People couldn't understand why he was playing football instead of soccer because he was so tiny.
Yeah, he's a great soccer player.
He's tearing it up.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so there's the county breakdown. There is a possibility that all 3 teams make the third round.
Sure.
That is a possibility. Let's look at some teams in our region, area, however you want to term it, that could compete for a state title. You got Northside Pinetown in the 1A division. Max Preps has him 3rd. Simmons has him 4th. Tarboro, obviously, as always. How about that thing I told you the other day?
Oh, my gosh. How many years?
Shout out Brian North, who on the last Friday's Blitz said that it was Tarboro versus Kinston. He said the Tarboro was playing the team that last handed them a conference loss. And then he paused and said, 14 years ago. Dude, come on. Tarboro is 1st in Max Preps, 1st in Simmons. 3A is James Keenan. They're 4th in Max Preps, 6th in Simmons. 4A is West Craven. They're 3rd in Max Preps, 4th in Simmons.
Good for West Craven.
Yeah, they've had a great year. Shout out Mark Panicelli, who does their games. He's their radio guy. 5A Hunt is, I guess we'll say their local area, region-ish.
Yeah, that's close enough.
6th in Max Preps, 6th in Simmons, and 6A is Jacksonville, which is 2nd in Max Preps, 5th in Simmons. So there's 6 teams in the 6 college that,
and we don't have any 7 or 8As because we're not big enough around
we
here.
Tiny.
We're small.
I mean, New Bern is 7A, but they're not going to compete for a state title. I don't think.
No.
But all those are all top 5 in their division. That being said, when you reach the state championship, the western side tends to be pretty
good,
dominant usually. Yeah, the western usually takes care of that. If you want to look at some favorites in these divisions, 1A is teams like Robinsonville, Kip Pride, Wilson Prep. 2A, it's Murphy, Corvian Community School. 3A, it's Shelby, Mountain Heritage, Eastern Randolph, Mount Airy, Walkerton. 4A is Reedsville, Brevard, Maiden. 5A is Crest, Hickory, South Point, East Lincoln, and Robinson. And 6A is Watauga, Sun Valley, Middle Creek, and Ashbrook. All those are like Western teams. The final thing we'll end on is the thing that we put the pins in the beginning with how many teams there are in the playoffs, how many byes there are. We're going 6 rounds. We played 10 times in the regular season.
That's, almost as big as the regular season.
60% of the regular season. Now, granted, really the regular season is 11 with a bye, but when you're talking games,
no, for sure,
60%. What are we doing? Most states are done by Thanksgiving. We're going to be not only into December, well into December.
December, let's see.
The second week.
Yeah, so the Thanksgiving is the last weekend in November, so that would make that Friday night the 27th. December 4th, I guess, would be the next one. Then December 11th. So almost the middle of December will be the state title.
That weekend's going to be the 13th and 14th.
Oh, gosh.
What are we doing?
Are the kids even going to be in school at that point?
Come on,
right?
y'all.
Man.
Yeah. We're going to be on the verge of Christmas break.
Well, I'm excited to see how the system kind of shakes out, and is there going to be a lot of parity? Is there going to be upsets with this kind of system?
Well, I think we've already seen in other sports that teams have shined at the regional level that you might not have thought was going to shine at the regional level, because we've gone from 4 to 8. We've diluted by half.
Sure.
So you might see some teams in 3rd, 4th, 5th round that you're like, wow, I saw that team this year. I would not expect that team to be a 3rd or 4th or 5th round team.
And before anybody, I'll be the first to say, well, it's not the same as it was.
Participation trophies.
But before we go there, let's not forget that, 40, 50 years ago, they were saying the same thing when it went from open classification to, maybe 2 divisions or 4 divisions for the state playoffs.
Right.
So, this is what growth is.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.